love God. Find out what it means to love God in this episode of 5 Minutes Closer. I'm Vaughn Weatherford, and this is 5 Minutes Closer. For the next 5 minutes, let's explore some biblical truths and apply them to your life. No podcast, including this one, can transform your life or give you what you really need. Only Jesus can do that. You can find out why in what I've called the first five episodes of 5 Minutes Closer. Each following episode explores scriptural truths that, if you follow them, will bring you 5 minutes closer to the person God created you to be. Let's see if we can get you 5 minutes closer. I remember the first time my wife told me that she loved me. I remember because it was 3 months after I told her that I loved her. 3 months is a long time to wait for a response. It's like ordering pizza on May 25th, but the pizza guy doesn't arrive until August 15th. I might be annoyed, but I'd probably still eat the pizza. I knew the woman I wanted to marry, and she was worth the wait. In the 21st chapter of John, Jesus asked Peter a central question, one that is vital for everyone to consider. Do you love Jesus? More specifically, to what extent do you love Jesus? This passage highlights the significance of the Bible's teaching in Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 5, where the scripture says, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might." What does that mean? Well, in John 21, starting at verse 1, the disciples see the resurrected Jesus for a third time. They were finally beginning to realize that life would never be the same. In the midst of their conversation, Jesus asked Peter a question. It's recorded in verse 15. When they'd finished breakfast, Jesus said to Simon Peter, "Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these?" He said to him, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." He said to him, "Feed my lambs." What did Jesus mean when he asked Peter if he loved him more than these? Some scholars say Jesus may have been pointing to the boats and the fishing nets. In other words, was Peter willing to follow Jesus even if it meant leaving his fishing boats behind? Most of us who believe in the Lord would answer the same way Peter answered. Of course we love Jesus. But do we love him more than these? Do you love Jesus more than your job? Do you love Jesus more than your most treasured possession, that bass boat or new car or your house or whatever it is that's significant to you? Do you love Jesus more than your family and friends? That's a tough one, but the reality is if we don't love the Lord even more than the most important people in our lives, we don't really love them either. If you love Jesus first and foremost, you'll love your spouse, your kids, your friends with a love that goes beyond anything you could possibly express without Christ. But do you love Jesus more than these? Or the more familiar way we put it is Jesus the Lord of your life? There's a simple way to tell. Are you feeding his sheep? 3 times Jesus asked Peter if he loves him, and 3 times Peter says that he does. 3 times Jesus responds by telling Peter what to do: feed his sheep. Jesus states this important truth in 3 slightly different ways. In verse 15, he says, "Feed my lambs." In verse 16, he says, "Take care of my sheep." In verse 17, he says, "Feed my sheep." Peter had denied Jesus 3 times before the cross. Now Jesus gives him 3 chances to show his love. This was meaningful, not just for Peter, but for us too. Because like Peter, we have some shepherding to do. As believers, we need to be experts at what believers do. Jesus' repetition shows what is significant. If you love Jesus, you'll tell people about him. You'll care for new believers. You'll encourage mature believers. What Jesus is looking for is those who will love him more than these, whatever the these are for you. We will be like those who are described in 1 Corinthians 13, who understand that the greatest of these is love. Consider Jesus' question. Do you love him more than these? then feed his sheep, because now you're 5 minutes closer. My prayer is that these 5 minutes have challenged you, inspired you, and caused you to consider applying God's message for your life from His Word. To find out more, visit our website at 5minutescloser.com. Join me next time to see if we can get you 5 minutes closer.